who was Nicola? Well, Nicola is someone who was helped by the local MP, Jacob Collier, with her benefit. She'd gone to her local MP, which often happens. She got some help from him. Then they had asked her and said, well, Prime Minister's coming. He's going to announce this big policy. You're clearly a nice person who's articulate. Can we come to your house? By the way, you'll be interviewed by the media and stuff, and they'll sort of take over your house for a day. And I always feel slightly sorry for these people who say, "Oh yeah, that's fine," and then there's sort of literally about 15 journalists in your house and loads of people from Number 10 and the Labour Party and various people, MPs. Ed Miliband was there and so on. So it was busy, but then Twitter, in its infinite wisdom, sort of piled in, and someone decided to make the assertion, which was wholly false, that Nicola was an actress, and said that she was an actress called Abby. And to prove, I say in inverted commas, that person put a photograph of an actress called Abby, who is a blonde woman, beside Nicola, who is a blonde woman. Right. To me, they don't look anything like one another, but this took off. And so, as the adage, which is a lot older than Twitter, goes, a lie is halfway around the world before the truth gets its boots on. And I was inundated with literally thousands of messages saying, I didn't even interview her. Actually, I spoke to the woman for a very short space of time, but other broadcasters interviewed her. She's an actress. This is a setup. Other people were saying, why have there been different interviews on different days? They weren't on different days. They were all on the same day. Different outlets have done this. She's a Labour supporter. Well, I don't know if she's a Labour supporter or not. I've no idea. And I was in this very strange position of being a broadcaster of an outlet that is not that sympathetic to this government. I like to think that I sometimes give them praise when they do things right, but it's rare. I am not a Labour supporter. I've never voted Labour. In fact, I've been a member of the Conservative Party, although I'm not anymore. I've worked for a Conservative government for 3.5 years. I've actively tried to prevent the Labour government in 2 elections. And there I was defending the government on Twitter with a number of posts, some of which I replied to, many of which I did not. And we were in a situation where I sort of thought part of this is about me and my reputation and my station's reputation, but similarly, this is actually about, are these politicians lying to us? Is this all set up, and is this all fake? And it's certainly, it was arranged. This visit was arranged. It wasn't as if Keir Starmer randomly into this woman and she went, "Oh yes, come in. By the way, 15 media people can come into my house." It was arranged, but it's not a setup per se. And people say, "Oh, this is a setup and she's an actress," and all the rest of it. Factually wrong.